So I recently posted part 1 and part 2 of a tough subject that I attempted to tackle, and I'm definitely not done tackling it. When you post and you think about and you talk about tough subjects, your little ideas start going off in your head. And remember that movie Boogie Nights when the firecrackers are going off and Mark Wahlberg is jumping around on the couch? It's kind of how my brain synapses are working like that right now, and I just want to take the time to serve you. And I've grabbed onto a little bit of an audience, and I started getting a lot of great private messages, and I want to continue to talk. And I talked about, I believe in both videos, respect for humans. And when you have an extreme respect for your fellow humans, your family, your neighbors, just people in your city, your state, and your country, and in this beautiful planet of ours, when you respect our fellow humans, a lot of problems get solved. I want you to think about how many day-to-day problems that we see on a global scale that would vaporize if we snapped our fingers and everybody had mad respect and love for our fellow humans. And there's things that happen, especially this time of year, where it really and truly, a lot of things boil down to that old pause button that we talk about. And you need to, as we wake up in the morning and our feet hit the floor and we start tackling our day. And then at the end of it, we put our head on the pillow, and that day's done. And I like to tell people it's a good habit to get into, to grade yourself at the end of the day. So, but throughout that process, that daily process, if we can get in the habit of hitting that pause button and say, okay, how should I tackle this right now? And little things in life. We look at the Black Friday sales and the Cyber Mondays and these things when people get downright insane. That they will hurt each other. They will stomp and trample each other. They will attack each other over material things. One example of everybody involved in that equation, zero respect for that person beside you and your fellow neighbor. And in that case, that person that's just right there in line with you. Zero respect. And sometimes it means you just walk away from a real ridiculous situation. And really and truly, the material things, they're not that freaking important anyway. The fact that you're saving $50 on a damn TV or some electronic whatever. Oh, many other things. What is your first reaction when somebody does you wrong? And I'm not talking about does you wrong like walks up and punches you in the face, but they do something that rubs you the wrong way. Inside your body, do you go into freak out mode and attack mode, like where you just vent up and you're just pent up anger, you're ready to explode? Or do you possibly take a different approach? You try to work through the situation to where you can actually serve that person. I deal with this. It's gonna be a tough one to bring up here, but there's certain people that we deal with in life and in social media. I mean, they attack things in a, for lack of better terms, a very hateful way. And just, I've talked about the glass half full, glass half empty. Glass is empty, bone dry. It's been sitting in the desert. It's dry, and they bash it on the ground. That's how some people are. How do you serve those people? Do you just feel anger inside of you, or do you try to serve that person? You guys know me, man. I'm a Christian, and I whether you're a believer or not, OJC, man, he was a cool dude, and he would hit the pause button throughout the day, and he would seek out the tough challenges, the people that really needed to be served, and that's freaking cool, man. Kind of came here again, believer or non-believer. Even if you're a non-believer, you can say, dude, what a cool dude, man. Hung out with us for 30 some odd years and showed you how to be an awesome person. It's a unique way to look at it. For everybody that's out there that's ever thought about the old Oh, JC, man, he's a cool dude. So, I in their darkest moments, and when people are really struggling and doing things that are way outside the guardrails, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, your mind can say, how can I serve that person? Versus my own head wanting to explode off my shoulders in frustration and anger. So many examples. I love the study of martial arts. My kids took jiu-jitsu for 5 years. Became very good at it. And Fabio, our professor, Fabio is about 6'5", 260, and like a 4th degree black belt. Fabio could tear most of you walking the planet in half and dislocate every joint in your body in about 30 seconds. Have you tapping before you have time to take 2 breaths. But you know what Fabio spent so much time on? Of course, my kids learned so much. My 105-pound daughter could freaking soul crush 99.9% of middle school men out there, young men, because she's well trained. You guys take note. But what he spent so much time learning on top of teaching them, was that you never want to fight. It's the last thing on the planet you would ever want to do. That's 50% of the class. I love that about martial arts. And a good professor and a good coach, it could be football. Yeah, you go to town out there in the field and you bang. But the moment that game is over, you love the person that you went to battle with. The moment the whistle is blown, it's over, and then you regroup. It's okay to go at each other in the game, but you love that person that's across from you. You respect that person. So Fabio, in through jiu-jitsu and martial arts, I love the way, that's such a great example of what I'm talking about here. You never want to fight. You never want to be angry. You never want to hate the person next to you or across from you. You want to love them. That's what goes through the mind first. So respecting other humans. Gosh dang it, I promised myself I'd keep this as short. We're at 7 minutes. I'm gonna let you go. But just a few bullet points on tactics and techniques that can help you respect other people. And that starts creating a beautiful snowball effect. And they want to love and respect you too in return. So much love, all. Thank you for tuning in. I guess you'll call this part 1.5. I wish I would have put this one in between the two before I launched number 2. Be good.